Xiao arrived at a completely new place of adventure. The Yellow Springs of the 9 Netherworlds, the sacred land of the 9 Deep Python clan, a place incredibly cold and gloomy. Many powerful members of the 9 Pythons clan visited the serene source to absorb its energy and strengthen themselves during their breakthroughs. Xiao secretly entered the 9 Netherworlds primarily for the Yellow Spring Blood Crystal. Yao Lao had told him that the crystal was extremely important, as it could be used to purify the 9 Source Pill, weakening the power of the purifying Lotus Flame and increasing Xiao chances of successfully absorbing it. But Xiao did not find the Source Crystal. Instead, he saw Yao Ming, the former patriarch of the 9 Deep Python clan. He was a 2-star saint, a Dou Sheng. At first, Xiao did not want to respond to Yao Ming's plea for help, especially since such an act would inevitably offend the entire 9 Deep Python clan. However, if Yao Ming truly regained control over the clan, it would undoubtedly shatter the schemes of the 3 Dragon Kings. Losing such support would certainly be a major blow to them. But how could Xiao trust Yao Ming? He knew far too little about him. After being saved, Yao Ming might very well turn against him. Yao Ming could not make Xiao trust him after their first meeting. But Xiao came up with a solution, one that guaranteed safety. Xiao would free Yao Ming's soul, but Yao Ming would allow him to imprint a spiritual mark on it. If Yao Ming betrayed Xiao he would simply detonate the spiritual seal. Yes, it was equivalent to handing one's life over to another person. I will trust you only if you do this. To be honest, I really don't want to get involved in these problems, Xiao said seriously. Yao Ming did not like depending on or being restricted by others, but the rage and hatred in his heart burned because of how Yao Xiaoan had treated him. Fine. We will do as you say. I must tear that bastard into thousands of pieces. Xiao was pleased to hear Yao Ming's agreement. Yao Ming activated his spirit, and invisible spiritual energy burst outward. A large black snake formed before him. Xiao watched as Yao Ming summoned his soul. Xiao illusory seal shot forward and entered the forehead of the giant black snake. The snake's body trembled violently the moment the spiritual mark penetrated its head. The snake quickly dissipated and returned into Yao Ming. Xiao sensed Yao Ming's spiritual fluctuations. Now, Xiao only had to think, and the spiritual imprint infused with the power of heavenly flame would explode, shattering Yao Ming's soul into pieces. Since everything went well, they could now continue their cooperation. Xiao immediately asked where he could find the Source Blood Crystal. It turned out to be extremely rare even within the Serene Source. It required around 1,000 years to form a palm-sized piece. But Yao Ming possessed one and took out a palm-sized crystal. Its center seemed to contain endlessly flowing blood, giving it an extraordinarily strange appearance. This is indeed the Source Blood Crystal. This dark and cold power is truly frightening. Xiao took the crystal blood body. A terrifying dark and cold force spread out, immediately beginning to freeze Xiao hand. After thanking him for the crystal, Xiao could now deal with Yao Ming's chains. How could these 4 metal chains be destroyed? The problem was not the chains, but the rock itself. Xiao unleashed an extremely powerful strike. However, the mountain was completely unharmed. A blow that could seriously injure a saint could not leave even a mark on this stone. It contained emptiness filled with dark and cold power. Xiao summoned his heavenly flame, transforming it into a needle that he gently inserted into the point where the metal chain penetrated the rock. Only in this way did he manage to break the seal restraining Yao Ming. At that moment, the man sitting on the throne inside the palace suddenly jumped up. The seal suppressing Yao Ming has been broken. How is this possible? Xiao shattered the last metal chain. Yao Ming was finally free. But the Dou Qi in his body was completely depleted. He could not withstand even a Dou Zun in his current state. I, Yao Ming, have truly endured until this day. Young friend, may I know your name? Xiao. Young friend Xiao, I, Yao Ming, will never forget your help in saving me. As long as I can take revenge, I will use the strength of the entire Serene Deep Python clan to help fulfill any request you may have. Yes, from this moment on, Xiao had gained an excellent ally and a loyal companion in Yao Ming. Xiao smiled. He could feel the extremely strong gratitude in Yao Ming's words. He flicked his finger, sending a healing pill toward Yao Ming. With several pills, he needed to restore his strength and then face the current leader, Yao Xiaoan. Inside the Serene Source, Xiao Yan encountered countless strange snakes on the way back. Fortunately, Yao Ming had a method to control them. In less than 10 minutes, they broke through the surface of the water and soared out of the bottomless lake. Queen Medusa and the other girls were waiting for him there. Xiao Yan's eyes turned icy when he saw traces of blood on Queen Medusa's face. Floating in the air was a man dressed in black. This man suddenly appeared and attacked, Queen Medusa said. The auras of Qinglin and Xiao Yixian felt slightly chaotic. Both had suffered serious injuries. The man in black looked at Xiao Yan and the skeletal Yao Ming. A vicious smile appeared on his face. Little bastard, since you dared to ruin my plans, this king will bury you in this spring. Yes, as we understood, this was Yao Xiaoan. He had rushed here the moment he sensed the breaking of Yao Ming's seal. But instead, he found the three girls, Queen Medusa, Xiao Yixian, and Qinglin, and fought them as a one-star saint. Naturally, the girls suffered injuries since they were only at the peak of Do Zun. Xiao Yan was enraged. A mere one-star saint dared to harm his companions. Yao Ming also grew furious and vowed to tear Yao Xiaoan apart. But Xiao Yan still faced powerful enemies. Yao Xiaoan was a one-star saint, and later, the first elder, also a one-star saint, would arrive. Xiao Yan understood that Yao Xiaoan, being a one-star saint, was strong enough to become the leader of the Serene Nine Deep Python clan. Xiao Yan sent Yao Ming to the shore of the lake to restore his Do Qi. Xiao Yan himself stepped forward to face Yao Xiaoan. This would be his first real battle against a saint after breaking through to this level. Xiao Yan unleashed his heavenly flame, turning the space into a sea of fire. Yao Xiaoan used the Serene Source Finger, a Tian-class technique. Xiao Yan felt the pressure of a Tian-class Do Qi technique and decided to use the Great Heaven Creation Palm. When the Serene Source Finger collided with it, the sphere completely devoured it. Yao Xiaoan realized he had underestimated Xiao Yan. He transformed into a gigantic black serpent hundreds of meters long. He used a forbidden skill, the Serene Source Seal. This mid-Tian class skill fused the power of the Serene Source with his own Do Qi, forming a massive black seal covered in symbols. Yao Ming warned Xiao Yan that this seal could completely seal a target's Do Qi, and that he himself had once been suppressed by it for hundreds of years. Yao Xiaoan aimed the seal at Xiao Yan and slammed it down. The seal struck the surface of the Serene Source, raising giant pillars of water. Everything around was flattened by the force. Yao Xiaoan was certain of his victory. However, the seal suddenly trembled and was knocked back. The Serene Source split apart, and bright golden light burst out. A giant golden figure appeared above Yao Xiaoan. On its hand rotated a four-colored flame lotus. The lotus descended and exploded upon contact with the serpent's head. The destructive force pierced through Yao Xiaoyan's body, slamming him into the wall. The golden giant pressed the serpent down. Xiao Yan delivered a punch filled with heavenly flame. At that moment, a loud shout echoed above the abyss. An order had been issued to the clan's guards: capture Xiao Yan. Whistling sounds filled the air, and powerful auras flared up. The entire Nine Deep Serene Python clan rose because of the battle. Xiao Yan continued kicking the serpent form of Yao Xiaoan when numerous experts arrived. Among them were elders and guards of the Serene Source, extremely powerful individuals. Yao Xiaoan ordered them to form the Great 10,000 Serpent Formation and kill Xiao Yan. Fortunately, Yao Ming intervened. He was immediately recognized. Some of the elders exclaimed in disbelief, "Clan Chief Yao Ming? How is that possible? Didn't you die during a failed cultivation session?" The current leader, Yao Xiaoan, had claimed that Yao Ming died in an accident. He had disappeared for hundreds of years. Yao Xiaoyan's face twitched at these words. Everyone would soon learn the truth about his treachery. Thank you very much for watching. Write in the comments what you think about Xiao Yan's rescue and his new ally Yao Ming. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and see you next time.